So they seem to care about Kunkka, PA, TA. I mean, they're all great at dealing with her. So it
Is
just,
PA?
I mean, PA doesn't die to you at all, ever, does she?
Yeah, I mean, just PA has to leave though still, like the lane. No, Konka and TA don't
Well,
have
they're
to.
gone, so they,
Yeah.
but they just had their third choice.
Monkey King can also stay. We said
Oh.
Troll might be an option too. There's a few.
I feel like there's too many brood counters. That's why I hate brood first phase.
Well, the Grim is good. We saw it in the last series. It's very easy at clearing those spiderlings.
Grimstroke.
Never
been a huge fan of this.
Spirit with that?
Yeah, because it's like Mars Grimstroke is like a very weird pairing. Because Grimstroke's ultimate, you know, they don't have any single target to like use. Right, like so there's no combo there. So really you're just ink swelling melee heroes, and Mars is kind of weird because he goes in and he normally pushes people away from him, like back of the team or to a spear. Then it's hard to kind of like chain those stuns together. It's not impossible. It just doesn't seem like it has a ton of synergy.
Yo, it's a pure special Clinks.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
You were talking about this at the start.
Yeah, I love it. He actually just owns with Clinks every single game he gets. It feels like I don't even understand the hero. Like I've never played Clinks. I just don't get it. But when I watch him play, it's like magic.
Well, I will say the Burning Barrage, his ability, it goes through arena, so that is damage he can do through arena that most ranged heroes cannot do.
Do you like this disruptor pickup as well on Virtus.pro?
I
Like, what do you think it offers them?
It got much better now that they picked Storm. They picked Storm into the disruptor, so like normally you pick disruptor to catch very like mobile heroes, right? With the silence, and they didn't really have one before that, so they just must really favor the hero. Because there's still a Bane in the pool. They just don't want to pick. Oh, okay. So they just didn't want to pick a channeling spell against Silencer. Like Disruptor just drops all his spells on the ground, and even if they global, it should be fine. So that's probably their train of thought.
love that train of thought. It's great. It's also like if they do catch Silencer, he can't get it. If they go on him with Disruptor, he can't global, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. It's also they have two heroes that give vision on VP already. Like Weaver is a hero that scoots through, gives vision. Broodmother gives vision just by throwing her spiders around or whatever she wants to do. So it's like gives them a lot of ways to find the heroes that they want to glimpse back. So I like that there. It's just good control. I think like it does make me like a little sad that like Clinks is do you even know what the spell is called? The one that goes in a straight line?
Burning Barrage.
Yeah, the barrage. Like, they don't have any actual proper lockdown for him to just be able to hit with it, but, man, it shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Farm that Scotty.
I'm noticing Navi's draft, and it is very similar to the draft that they had in Game 3 up against Spirit. They had PL, Silencer, Storm Spirit, SB, and Grim. So far, the only difference is the Mars instead of an SB.
Love the Mars against, like, every hero on VP right now, I'll be honest. Like, Mars with Armlet and such is really good at just killing supports. So like finding a Disruptor or a Weaver or whatever, like they'll instantly die. It's also like Brood is a hero that really highly values mobility and being able to like scurry in and out of fights, which Arena stops. Similarly, like whilst Barrage, you said, goes through Arena, if he's inside the arena or trying to fight into it with just like normal burning spears, whatever they're called, searing arrows. God, there's so many like overlapping.
Clinks expert over here.
So hard. Yeah, he's still a ranged core, right? He's still a ranged carry, and it's hard to fight. Like I think arena is just like really, really important in this game as a tool in their fighting.
Okay.
That was such a quick response. They knew
There's
exactly
the
what they
trouble.
wanted.
Yeah, they just need to deal with like the Brood Mother. So
So looking at these drafts, now that they are all finished, knowing what lanes they're going in, which one do you guys favor? Do you still stand by your series predictions?
I mean,
Oh yeah,
could.
Navi have to win this game for our series predictions, like for both of our
Yeah.
predictions to be right. So yeah, this is a free Navi win.
Yeah, no one has to show up this game.
Mhm.
That's for sure. And he's set up to do so. Like Storm wins this matchup mid. It just they felt a little cornered for GPK's hero pick because there were so many mids banned towards the end there. that only Void Spirit was left, and his parameter was like he needed to be a stun in this game. Brood offlane, Klink's carry. He had to pick a stun, and tons of those stuns were already banned, so Void Spirit was the last one. So no one has like an earlier pick. He has the matchup as well. He just has to perform.
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully NaVi can perform, and hopefully I have the casters right this time as we do head over to GoDz Trent.
Thank you, Nat. It would have been great, if we could just swap in Lyrical and bait her out, but unfortunately not the case.
Yeah. He said he was going to go sleep or something. I don't know.
Sleep isn't like morning time? What's going on there?
He's a Dota caster. It's time is but a construct. It's just something that gets in the way between traveling from region to region and game to game as we go from game 1 to game 2. And I don't know. I think maybe their predictions could be right. Maybe NaVi could squeak this one out versus the Brood.
Yep. Brood is 0-3. This hero has yet to win a game in Division 1 of the Eastern Europe DPC. Is it the hero? Is it the players? What's going on there, Trent?
I don't know. They keep picking it, so I guess it's not the hero.
Okay. Well, we'll see if VP can make it work as we help ourselves into the game. And another lane and some players that we keep an eye on is going to be this mid lane. GPK on Void Spirit up against no one on Storm Spirit. No one's kind of like, the star mid laner from the previous generation. GPK kind of more like the new generation. And after last game, no one probably looking for, bit of vengeance, considering how well GPK did.
Yeah, you got me curious now. I've checked it out here in terms of I'm going both divisions. Every region, Division 1 and Division 2. Brood has been picked 23 times, 47% win rate. So not usually very good for Brood because, well, at least historically, she's someone who you're kind of trying to take when it's like a good game or the hero seems very strong. So maybe we're going to have to start thinking of her more of like a Mars or something where it's like the hero's good. It's just, you can't win every game.
Yeah. Perhaps what they have got going for them is some of the other heroes paired around the Brood. Weaver, insanely good, one of the most picked heroes, and also like in Division 1, again, just Eastern Europe, 71% win rate across 21 games. So there's the sample size to go with the win rate when it comes to Weaver.
That's impressive, especially for a hero that's picked in the first phase like every time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Speaking of firsts.
Yeah. First blood.
Yeah. Oh, but wait. No. The tower steals it.
It's still first blood, though.
Yeah, but if it doesn't pop up and say first blood, does it really count?
True.
I guess.
So there's just no first blood this game, is what I'm hearing.
This is like a deep. We're getting a little deep here, If a tree dies in the forest, and no one's around to see it die, it's still first blood. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there were 3 heroes around to watch it happen, but I guess they did not partake.
They didn't tell the announcer, apparently.
Yeah. All right. So lane's going to unravel. Doesn't look at any surprise. A few different heroes in terms of what we've seen. Pure busting out the Klinks once again. A hero VP have not lost on. What makes Klinks kind of valuable this game, do you feel?
Definitely a style choice, as you said, something that they're more comfortable with than other teams, so kind of cool. The panel was bringing up the idea of being able to actually pick a ranged carry into Mars and still be able to provide damage into the arena, which I think is pretty cool, using the barrage. So, yeah, we'll see how successful it is. I find the hero, I'm sure most people do, where it's just so hit or miss. Like, some games you're just like, God, I feel like I wish I'd rather have any other carry. And then other games, it feels like he's an unstoppable force who just, like, controls your map.
Yeah. We'll see which Klinks comes up. I feel like what you're describing could be also said about the Brood. So we'll see a few of these very hit or miss heroes on the VP side. And for NaVi, it's a lot more kind of stock standard when it comes to their lanes and heroes. And it feels like, they saw that Brood and they made sure all 3 of their cores to some extent match up pretty well against the Brood. Storm, historically has always been a pretty good hero because you can not just, deal with the Spiderlings with your remnants, but you also have that ability to chase a Brood over pathing and kill a Brood.
Yeah, I think their picks are very strong versus the Brood overall. To me, the one concern, I guess, will probably be control for Virtus.pro. They have Skoda there on the Disruptor, which can be very good, especially until the BKBs come out. And then on top of that, you end up with that later pick of GBK's Void Spear, which definitely covers what they were lacking. Is that looks like enough damage on the damage, but it's not actually.
Not quite.
The debuff doesn't last long enough.
They played it perfect. Like, he Shikuchi into a Sentry, and they got the last word plus Curse, and then hit the ranged axes to slow, but just enough stick charges to save his life. But Weaver will have to... Oh, brings out Salve, so he'll be able to stay in this lane.
But we're back to the conundrum. So game 1 of our previous series today, we had the off-lane Brood. Wasn't so great. Game 2, mid Brood still didn't win, but looked much stronger. I wonder, like, versus a Troll, I feel like this should be a pretty good lane for NaVi. Of course, I say that, and look how much damage they're taking.
Yeah, I guess the one... maybe that's why they felt they could run in the offlane is the fact that Silencer, not the best hero against the Brood. And also just generally not like a super... I mean, it's a decent-ish laner, but it's again, it's another flavor pick. These teams sticking with, like, their heroes rather than what's just, like, you know, the quote-unquote meta pick. Like, he could have picked the Bane, but he says, nope, Silencer's, that's my hero.
Yeah,
that's
what
my
is it
thing.
with Solo and this hero? Like, I don't know. He's always been up to it, up to play it. Like, obviously, it's more of a mid-game pick, I would say, for him, because I think he's always very good about having his buyback to ensure that even as the 5, if you kill him, he's going to get that buyback ulti off on you. But his laning presence is just like, ugh, you know, you watch Solo on Bane, you're like, oh, yeah, get it in my lane. But the Silencer, I feel like he just never wins his lane. Like, he's never in that winning position these days to actually abuse someone because it's not 2013 or whatever where it's a solo offlaner all the time.
Yeah. And there's so many items to deal with Global Silence that have been added to the game since then, you know, like Lotus Orbs and Greaves and stuff. Not that we're necessarily going to see Greaves, but Cores go BKB. Maybe they get a Lotus Orb and someone like Mars later on. There's stuff like Aeon Disc where maybe you get Gone with a Global Silence, it procs, and you find a way to get your spells off anyways.
And then, like, people used to love support Silencer because he felt like he could bully people, but that was before everyone had a courier.
Dakota, he manages to dodge the Grimstrokes, and it will be first blood. Oh, no, just kidding. Sorry, not first blood. That was the tower. It's a support trade.
No first
First
blood
kills of the laning stage.
We'll save it for next game. We'll have 2 first bloods. Yeah. That's assuming NaVi can pull it, obviously. Which, I mean, currently they're down 2-1, so basically game over. But no one opts for a pull here in the mid lane onto GPK. And yeah, overall though, I think I'm down with NaVi. I think they're gonna do it. I think General's gonna make his plays with the Mars combined up with the Storming. No one who's gonna bounce back and really show GPK who's boss here. I'm a believer this time.
I'm feeling similar too. I feel like, yeah, the Brood's going to have a rough time like later on dealing with some of these heroes. Klink's also going to get pressure. The one question mark for me is going to be this GPK Void Spirit. You know, he is the playmaker, the guy who's going to have to turn this game around. Level 6 on Storm mid though. GPK's going to be a little bit careful. No one's running at him a little bit, but GPK now hits that 6 as well.
Yeah, especially with a Grim on your team, right? You maybe could have tried to get a synced up play there where you'll often see Grimstrokes go mid with the Spirit Heroes for when they hit 6, you instantly ink spell them and just get a kill. Maybe a missed opportunity here from NaVi.
Mid lane, both No One and GPK juking it out. Double Astral Step just for some harass, but GPK used them all, does get the Dissimulate off and misses the Remnant. Not sure they would have got the kill, but Yamich has rotated in. This Weaver will surely finish this one off, and no one knows it. Gets the kill. GPK gets the XP, and 6 minutes coming up means GPK would love to refill this bottle, and I don't see any NaVi supports rotating, so it should be a free bottle refill.
I don't think so. God, that's actually so huge. This is such like a pivotal moment for them, just with how this game's going, to have that exact situation occur where he just burns 2 Astral Steps on you, gets the kill with the rotation. No one's there to help you. You had opportunities hitting 6 first, but you don't have any support in the mid lane to go for this like potentially free kill. Like, sure, it's a Void Spirit, so it's gonna be tough, but you know, you play it right, odds are you're gonna get it with how low he was too.
It was pretty sick. Like, he wasn't even going for the kill with the double Astral Step. It was just trying to kill the creeps and harass. And then no one's like, he got completely baited by it. Like, he wasn't even that close to killing GPK. Well.
Yeah, and now Aloha Dance is here, and they're going to smoke up. So they're going for a Vengeance kill top? Question mark?
Just give Void Spirit a free mid lane to, like, keep free farming and hit, you know, level 8, level 9. This Storm is only level 6.
If Pure lives here, I give up. I no longer believe.
Yeah.
He needs to die for this to just be even.
No Skeleton Wolf. Surely he dies here. He does have Death Pact if he can find something to use it on, but he's not going to.
I think that's why he came out there, right? He was actually walking out to go to the camp to try and Death Pact something. So maybe that was all part of the master plan.
That kill surely still can't feel amazing for NaVi. Yeah, it's a carry, but like, they're just going to keep watching this GPK Void Spirit free farm away mid, and like, you know, it hurts the Clinks, but it's not crippling to his game.
Yeah, I would agree. Still seems pretty fine here for Virtus.pro.
But we'll see. NaVi, definitely, we saw last game, the team that want to play as the aggressors more often than not. And that's something that no one on the Storm Spirit is going to be the guy kind of leading the charge for a lot of this game until maybe Mars gets a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, his game looking pretty good right now for General because he's getting some space. As no one, again, being harassed here. But he should get 6 up here. Aloha Dance should be stacking.
TP and solo for this mid lane to secure the runes as well, but it's going to spawn bottom. Can GPK get here first? Deny is there. Solo will pay for this with his life. Oh, will he? Yeah. GPK even gets the kill. Nice pulse to finish that one off. Well, does deny the rune, so he's probably thinking it's, you know, kind of worth it.
What? It's still just level 3 here. He's been wandering around so much, trying to give space to his other lanes as well. Now being bullied by Yamich.
Zakota top. V-Tunes made the rotation. He decided he can't lane in the safe lane anymore, so he's come top, and with the help of the Mars, they will bring down the Disruptor. Disruptor just trying to take advantage of, you know, the solo XP lane while Clinks jungles to try to get his level 6, but NaVi recognizing this and make sure that he doesn't get that free XP.
That part of the play is good. They're going top and contesting. Oh, well, speaking of which, Inksball going to connect there. Maybe a second kill on the Yamich. Oh, no.
Oh, no. The Storms died, and Yamich even survives through it. The tips comes out. Zakota impressed by Yamich, and Yamich calling out no one there.
Oh, man, dude.
That's
no
rough.
one's the poorest core. Actually, he's almost exactly tied with General. But the main problem is that no one's got to be their answer, I would feel, to DM at this stage in the game, right? Like, you're out of the laning stage. It's broken down now here. So you're going to be looking for this Storm up until that Blink Dagger's ready on General to maybe try and find some way to slow down DM. DM is in total free farm mode. Just, I don't see how anyone gets in here right now.
And if he gets his Orchid, suddenly the Storm's game can look even worse, considering it's a bad and a slow start for no one. That is going to be a bit of a worry for him.
And that tower mid as well, right? Because he ditched mid so early. And look at DM just sending out the spiders around the mid tower. They're getting a kill up top here on the General by the looks of it.
Yep. They pull him back in with a glimpse to finish him off, and we'll see if Brood can finish off this tier 1 mid tower. The glyph's already been forced. Stroke of Fate will help deal with this, but then he just brings the spiders back in. That great Delta split, just scouting out when heroes are defending these towers, and tower, will it get denied? Nope. DM gets the last hit as he syncs up all the attacks. So really good start. 4K gold at 10 minutes. That is a dominated early game.
This is such a good Brood game at this point. Like, he's taking the bottom tier 1, the mid tier 1. Grimstroke is still level 4. Only hit a single point in the Stroke of Fate, so not really much versus the spiders. It took him like 2 swings just to get through them. I don't know, man. NaVi got to find something, because a Battle Fury Troll is not going to salvage this game. V2 just like, keep doing your thing, but the other 4 heroes, they got to figure out what they're going to do to win this thing.
Well, that is definitely concerning for NaVi. I mean, even both their supports, they haven't really got a playmaker between them, so they're relying on these cores to make something happen between the Storm and the Mars.
This could be something. They're baiting V2.
Oh, but the Disruptor gets on the Stack Storm, so no... yeah.
They took it.
They were. But with Static Storm, he's not getting off that enrage. He doesn't get a chance to bait. But GPK leashed up, but he's still very tanky here. Does have a Dissimulate, but the Global Silence prevents him from casting it. He may get a chance to get off, but NaVi burst him down first. So the bait pays off, but you know, you lose your Troll. Not great, but they needed those kills, and they get the tower.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, they knew they were coming. They scanned. They were aware that they were going to get jumped on the Troll. They just thought they'd be able to get the ulti off, as you said, but a little bit too quick there for Zakota. So, yeah, it's all right. They'll take it. Desperation mode here for NaVi. I really think they need absolutely everything, because DM's just going to keep pressuring bottom, and I still don't see who comes down here.
Yeah, he splits those spiders and making sure no one's TPing into the trees, and
that is so comical looking.
Yeah, when you see them all like go out in this like pattern where they're just all like slightly different degrees to scout anybody around. Big circle being formation.
Stupendous.
Well,
maybe they need to give more gold. Is that the solution? That was the old solution to Brood.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess she's not super broken, so it's fine.
No.
But, you know, if this ends up becoming an issue.
Definitely, it's a weird hero because it either feels like really good or really bad on any given game. Like the good brew games are like, man, how is this okay? Like this, you know, you need to do something. Then you have the bad brew games that are like, oh, this hero is just kind of
Zero's trash.
like, bad. Yeah, like it's weird. It never feels. It feels very rare to get those in between games where it's like, okay, you know, this brew does well, but doesn't just take over the game.
Guess that's what happens when you're a hero that doesn't play with your team that much as V2. Well, his team needs to come back him up here. They were diving into the tower.
Good call from GPK, just back the hell off as Aloha Dance TP's in, respecting the potential soulbind and control that the Grimstroke brings to the table. With the Yule Scepter, GPK is just a much harder hero to deal with. He can use that offensively to set up remnants, or even defensively to kind of keep himself alive against the silences.
Well, speaking of silences, that Orca going to be done on DM fairly soon, and then you'll have the Aghanims on GPK. So no matter what he buys defensively, Sanj, Kaya, or Yules, it's going to be layers of problems as the spiders come through to help deward that pillar. So frustrating when a sentry's left around like that.
Vision, something NaVi just not going to have to really play around top lane. They've got that Yules set up, and Silencer will be left to pop here. GPK was already getting off knowing that a counterplay from NaVi was probably coming, and Solo does pull him back in with the Vortex, setting up V-Tune here, but GPK, he's going to dissimulate, so still has some layers of protection for himself, and it's Weaver Yamage, knowing that no one's a bit low on mana, gets that first hit root almost. The Remnant not there, and Troll going to be forced
Bottom
back
lane
as Weaver
too.
time lapse. Yeah. DM with that Orchid takes out a Mars with the Spiderlings, and Zakota glimpse away to make sure they get the kill.
Hits him with the zip, too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh boy.
Radiant structures
They one top though.
are fortified.
GPK's showing up, has the, sorry, not GPK, Solo's showing up, has the global silence. GPK's on the run, gets rid of that first silence. There's a few more maybe coming his way if he's not careful. Global silence is there. Is it gonna be enough? Yes, V-Tune gets the kill and has the money for his Battle Fury now.
Very much worth. I think popping that anytime for a core kill at this point is something that they're going to have to do on the side of Na'Vi if they want to try to get back to this game. Ideally, I got to try and find DM too. You got to get some control back over this area just by pushing him out for a little while. At least General's to the point where he feels confident enough to play down here, but of course, he's also like their main map like move maker right now. So it's very expensive for Storm to initiate first.
Unfortunately, the issue with this Brood is he's got backup. The way they're playing with this Disruptor is Zakota's just camped down bottom, controlling the vision. So this Brood isn't really in any danger of getting ganked because Disruptor's there to keep the wards up, using the Spiderlings to also kind of protect him, and just make sure that Na'Vi doesn't get a chance, go for some kind of smoke onto the Brood because he'll pop
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's why they're doing this down here now. See if they can find this pick with Inkswell, Storm, Zip. There's still no blink though.
He seems to know. I don't know if he did use a scan. I don't know if it connected because he seems to know exactly what's coming his way. Very
Oh, this is
heads
so
up
much.
from DM.
It's so much effort and resources from Na'Vi to try and grab this.
And there's a sentry there for this cliff ward too, so he can send those spiders to go deward this.
Oh, again? Oh man, that's actually brutal. Great sentry placement there from Zakota.
Lands it now. Na'Vi, I mean, he could have gone for he could have taken out that sentry, but I think Solo just didn't want to put himself in a dangerous position on the silencer, so.
He'll get tipped for it either way.
Yeah. Struggling to get any wards on this map, and
is under attack.
Na'Vi just having their backs pressed against a wall.
This is a proper, just submission right now. Virtus.pro just completely choking out everything on this map. And doing it, it's not like they're getting an overwhelming number of kills. It's just pure, we know where you want to go on the map, and we're just going to make it so ugly and unwelcoming for you that you're just going to keep shrinking and shrinking your own space.
And Na'Vi's only play is to keep going for these kills, and that means they're not farming. If they don't get these kills, things are terrible for them. With the Static Storm, the Storm is walked right into this one. Does get the Global Silence to help bail him out, but
Nice.
bug on him. No one. He's still alive, and they've killed off the Void Spirit, but Glimpse back means they've got the Storm. Very fast response from Zakota. Just dropped the Static Storm before Solo could even global, and they found a second kill with the Clinks getting Aloha Dance, and it's VP who may lose their mid laner, but probably quite happy to get the Storm and the Grimstroke.
You're supposed to feel so safe when you're a Storm Spirit with the global like that. It used to be like classic combo, be like Silencer and Bat Rider, Silencer and Storm Spirit, because you would always go for the global while they were zipping in, or like right before the blink and stuff, and kind of showing why there. When you delay it like that, the punish is very swift from Zakota, who also has that blink first build, which is pretty hype on Disruptor for catching those exact plays.
Yeah, his play and positioning has been very impressive. He's, I mean, half the deaths, but he's also just set up some really key moves for VP.
Yeah, his stack storms have been perfect. And, I mean, part of that is playing with the Brood, as you've said several times, like this vision idea and controlling the space and knowing where Navi is before Navi knows where they are. That's how you use a blink, right?
They've just let Pure on this Clinks play solo and not even have to really come to any of these fights. Like, he does show up in the mid lane, but...
Forgot he was even in this game.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen Clinks cast a spell in ages.
Could be any carry. but no, it's like you mentioned the power of the against the Mars, having something to go through the arena, something that Fear also highlighted with the Burning Barrage. Jump in mid, another Static Storm. They're just too fast on this. And this time around, I don't think no one's even going to get a chance to escape. Does get the zip out. He's ticking, though. The earn damage is too much. He ticks to the last one. He's buying back. They're all in. DM will die on the Brood. Storm needs more. No one going full balls to the wall, wants to take this fight. Pure just turning and throwing out the Burning Barrage. No one cannot afford to die here. He has managed to get one more kill for his team with the GPK kill. Uh-oh. It's Vichu, not no one at least. That would have been a dieback on the Storm. He's just going to hightail it out of there, but he's watching his teammates die, so full team wipe for Virtus.pro as they also get the buyback out on no one.
If they get no one there, I think it's GG. I think they just leave. Like, honest, all of the ward. They actually know he's up here. They want this kill so bad.
Just the...
He's a little notorious, you know, Mr. No One. I think everyone kind of knows how he'd react to that sort of a play.
Yeah, and for VP, they're probably feeling like this game is very comfortable for them, so they maybe don't mind making like a, you know, like we could efficiently farm push out these lanes, but they want to hunt no one. They know there's some fun in that.
Yeah, they're scanning up here a little bit. They have a Yules as well on Yamish to maybe start things off, but I mean, what would your follow-up be, right? Well, I mean, I guess GBK's
got
coming.
no TP. He's got no TP if they get him with the bugs.
Oh, he got with the bugs.
Okay. Yule Scepter as well. Yamich is going to buy some time for the silences to come in. And no, where's the tip? Surely there's a tip. No.
Sometimes the no tip is almost sweeter.
Okay.
They might be out of tips, maybe. That could be an issue as well.
Yeah. Virtus.pro dominating Navi so far in game number 2.
It's so weird to see Virtus.pro dominating Navi.no one.
Yeah.
That's a strange one.
New era of Eastern European Dota. These players shuffling around different teams. Navi. Oh, what a blink static storm. Zakota.
All right, get him out of here, man. Just let it go.
Catches all 3 in that static storm, and then they get the full. I feel like if they had tips, they'd be tipping Zakota right there. So they must be out.
Yeah,
because that was so sick.
Leave it to Eastern Europe to always have the best disruptor plays. I don't know what it is in this region, but it's like it's undeniable. Like it's always been their best hero. They've always been the people who bring out the disruptor, and then you have something like that happen. It's unreal.
Oh god, Yamich dies to an Inkswell and a creep there, and I love how that will end up going down, but that was a funny death for Yamich. Tanked a few too many tower shots.
Getting a little bold.
Yep.
Navi, though, they're not ready to let this one go, despite there being now an Aghanim's done for GPK, looking for the second game in a row to really start popping off on. You know, he's been kind of slouching a bit compared to the rest of the team. You know, he's got as many deaths as Dakota, hasn't had quite as many sick plays, so I don't know if GPK spent it all in game 1, but I'm expecting a little more here or there, bud.
His fight position looking flashier than him. Not something you would see every day.
It's gonna get you in trouble as a disruptor player. You gotta watch out. You gotta care for the egos of your core players here. Don't look too good.
Just working on an Ags already. He is having a fantastic time. And for Na'Vi, Roshan's going to be going on the other side. Yeah, I'm about to say, it feels like they just have to keep smoking right at VP. And VP know this. They often seem ready for Na'Vi anytime a fight's breaking out, but I don't think Na'Vi really have much other choice. You get the D-ward on the cliff.
It's crazy there's just still no BKBs, too. So he can just do it again with Disruptor. Oh, out of an Invis rune, too.
Yep. Yeah,
now, how many heroes can he get in at this time?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're so clumped. He wants it.
Oh, he got 3 in the Sag Storm, but only 1 in the kinetic field. So he's actually not going to quite get the play he was hoping for, but in comes DM on the Brood. Has an Orchid BKB, looking to go on that backlines. They've lost the Clinks, though. Great jump from Na'Vi with the Arena from General. But can Na'Vi cut their losses here? Because VP now, no, Na'Vi have used absolutely everything. They'll take out B-Tune in General with a bug on him. He can't blink away. There's 3 bugs on him. The little Beetle, the Weaver, as well as a Brood, and a bunch of little Spiderlings.
Well, Pure finally showed up to a fight, and that's what he gets for it. The team is
like,
just
yeah,
like, just please, go back to the jungle. We got this game, man. It's okay.
But Clinks, by the way, with the Philosopher's Stone. What's going on with that?
All right, that's it. Well,
that
he's
stolen?
dead. He probably swapped it when he was dead.
Ah.
Good gamer. It's what everyone should be doing.
But why isn't it like Disruptor got it?
He's too good. He gets bounty runes. You know, he rolls high.
Yeah.
It's more efficient.
I guess they feel like this game's going to end so fast that they're just like, this Philosopher's Stone isn't going to pay for itself. Like,
That's
5 minutes of
true.
Philosopher's Stone is just not much gold. And it does feel like this game is going to be ending shortly as VP diving in, just styling over Na'Vi, getting kill after kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Trying to keep the top of the old table here in Eastern Europe competitive. If Virtus.pro closes this out, they'll be 4-2, playing the same as Hellraisers now after our match this morning.
Yeah.
Pretty
But the
exciting
way
stuff.
for them to finish third in that, like, let's say Hellraisers do win in their last series. I think it's against maybe one of the weaker opponents. They have to play Spirit. VP
Yep.
Spirit is the last series. So a win for VP would put them in
Scanning.
guaranteed top 3 tiebreakers, potentially even third place, but it's Spirit.
I mean, Empire took games off PuckChamp and Na'Vi, so
Yep.
maybe Empire can upset Hellraisers. You know?
Okay, that's who
what we
Hellraisers
need.
play.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe.
Here we go. Yamich is showing up to another. Furious showing up to another fight. He's getting gone on this time around, though. The Clinks with the BKB is not a target that no one can really mess with. And GG is called. Na'Vi gets stomped in game number 2. Very fun. It was a stomp, but it was a fun stomp, I gotta say. VP
It was.
really making some fun plays.
That's just clean Dota. Like, I mean, some of it was maybe a little egregious and a little, clowning around in some ways, but like overall, the way they got that huge lead was so clean. Like, again, another one of these games very similar to Na'Vi Spirit. Unfortunately, Na'Vi keeping on the wrong end of these games with like Na'Vi Spirit game 1. Even though Na'Vi won that, I feel like Spirit put on such a great display of like how to control the map. Now this game, Na'Vi end up losing, but it's Virtus.pro who are just showing like how to completely shut down the economy of your opponent.
Very pristine play, and that's something considering that this new VP squad has picked up, some young pub star type players. It's going to be impressive. It feels like the new era of Dota is defined by these teams bringing in pub stars. Like you've got OG doing the same over in Western Europe, and these players who've never played Dota, like making it look easy, like anyone can do it.
Yo, best Disruptor game I've seen in a long time. So props,
Yeah.
major props right there.
Absolutely. Well, for that, unfortunately for Na'Vi, their DPC comes to an end. I believe they finished with 3 wins and 4 losses. That's not my job to know. We've got a panel who are going to break down where things stand in Eastern Europe. We'll go back to them to wrap up today's games of action. We'll see you there.